can you confirm that this is Joshua's next fight? I said, yes, I can. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, man. These are Hearn's words. A lot has changed. We lost the venue. Well, I looked on the Wembley. I looked at in the schedule for Wembley. I looked at this. There's nothing for there. There's one thing, and it's a soccer match between England and Spain on the 8th of September. That is it for the entire fucking month. That's it. And anybody can look on the Wembley site and see what their schedule is. That is it for the entire month. That's all it was. The only thing that was in there, now, of course, you're going to have Joshua on the 22nd. But the only thing that was locked in there was September 8th, a match between England and Spain. That was it. There was nothing else for the entire fucking month. But he said that they lost the venue. They lost Wembley. Lost it to what? To who? What was there? What took the 22nd? What took it? Nobody can answer that. And you, especially UK motherfuckers, and you're in the UK. You probably live up the street from Wembley. But you can't answer what took the place. What was there prior to Joshua Wilder in Wembley? What was there? What was there for the whole fucking month? The whole month of September. Wembley had one thing scheduled for it. And it's still up on their fucking site right now. And that's Spain versus England in a soccer match on September 8th. That's it. But apparently, according to Hearn, they lost the venue. And then according to Hearn, Canelo and Golovkin has been announced, so we can't do Wilder and Joshua in September, as the U.S. broadcasters won't want to spend as much money. How the fuck do you know that? What do you mean they won't want to spend as much money? Showtime backs Wilder. Showtime has nothing to do with Canelo versus Golovkin. They have nothing to do with that. They're not even trying to fight on the same day. But he said, this is his words, because you motherfuckers out there talking about, oh, well, why, they could just do it the next week. You know, they could just do it the next week. They could just do this. They could just do that. That's not what Hearn said. Hearn said, and I will read it again, and I quote, a lot has changed. We lost venues. Canelo and Golovkin has been announced, so we can't do Wilder and Joshua in September, as the U.S. broadcasters won't want to spend as much money. He didn't say we can't do it on September 15th. We can't do it on the 8th. We can't do it on the 20th. He said the whole fucking month. This is, I don't care if you believe what I'm saying. Go read the fucking article yourself. This is his words, not mine. We can't do Wilder and Joshua in September, as the U.S. broadcasters won't want to spend as much money. Bullshit. Steven Espinosa is out backing this 100%. Wilder doesn't fight on every fucking broadcast. He fights on Showtime. That's it. The fuck are you talking about? The broadcasters won't want to spend as much money. What broadcasters? Who the fuck are you talking about? Okay. So then he lies and says, on Friday, I didn't quite finish the contract. But you never said, what? Shelley even came out and said, hey, you know, we're still waiting on the contract. You haven't sent us the contract. They said they sent it Monday. They were supposed to send it on Friday. So Eddie Hearn is talking all this shit about how, oh, you know, they waited 4 weeks and they're just taking so long and they're just like, they're dragging their feet. And this is like, you know, they're wasting all this time. But he himself in this article says, I emailed Wilder's manager, Shelley Finkel, and said, I'll have it for you Monday. And then apparently, because he says on Friday, I quite didn't finish the contract. So on Friday, he didn't finish the contract. And he emailed Shelley Finkel and said he'll have it for him by Monday. And Shelley said, no problem, take your time. Get the fuck out of here, man. But this is supposed to be a rush. So it's supposed to be a rush. And Wilder's team is the one that's stalling it out. They're stalling everything. They're holding it up. But here, in this article, these are not my fucking words. In this article, this man says, on Friday, I didn't quite finish the contract. I emailed Shelley Finkel, and I told him I'll have it for him Monday. And Shelley says, no problem, take your time. But I thought we didn't have time. I thought we had all these windows, 10 days first. Then you got 2 weeks now this time. Then you had this own little bit of window to make this fight happen. The fuck are you talking about? So I sent it on Monday. I also said to him that we are working on a date for October or November. I think on Thursday or Friday, he came back and said, can you confirm that is Joshua's next fight? I said, yes, I can. What? Working on a date for October or November. What was wrong with September? What's wrong with September? You're fighting Povetkin on September 22nd, I think, because this fight still isn't signed, but you're fighting somebody on September 22nd. You're fighting somebody on September 22nd. Why not Wilder? For $50 million, or for $15 million, because he accepted the $15 million deal. Why not? You said that you've postponed you've extended the WBA's mandatory 6 or 7 times. Well, why couldn't you do it an 8th? If you've extended it 6 or 7 times, why couldn't you do it an 8th? Why couldn't you tell the WBA, hey, Wilder said he signed his contract. Give us till Friday. He said this contract will be here Friday. If the contract isn't here on Friday, well, then we'll move forward with Povetkin on Monday. But here it is Monday. No, actually it was Tuesday. So here it is Tuesday. Wilder said the contract will be here Friday. If the mandatory for if the Povetkin Joshua mandatory fight was mandated in May and you gave us an extension a whole month, what is 3 more days? Because it was 3 more days. What is 3 more days? So you're going to wait a full month, or a month and some change. But then in the final hour, with 3 days left, you're going to say, nope. Make that make sense. So you just wasted Povetkin's time. Just wasted Wilder's time. You like you said, we've asked for probably 6 or 7 extensions in that period to try to make the Wilder fight. You had 3 days. Wilder said he was sending the contract by Friday. Friday. This was a Tuesday. On Tuesday, he said this. You will have the contract Friday. You will have a signed contract Friday. The WBA comes out and says no. And you couldn't get another extension if you got 6 or 7 of them? You're so full. You're full of shit. Full of shit. Full of shit. That makes no sense at all. None. For a fight of this magnitude, so what you expect then is you expect the WBA, right, to come out and tell Floyd Mayweather that, nope, you ain't fighting Manny Pacquiao. Took too long. I don't care if we gave you a month to negotiate. Now, Manny Pacquiao says he agrees to everything. He agrees, and he's willing to fight you. He's going to send you the contract. Today's Tuesday. He's going to send you the contract Friday. We've let you have over a month to negotiate. But he's sending you the contract Friday. So that's 3 days from now. But no, Floyd, nope. You ain't fighting Manny Pacquiao. You're fighting Andre Berto. That's who you're fighting. No, you're fighting Lamont Peterson, because Lamont Peterson was the mandatory for the WBA at that time. So you're fighting Lamont Peterson. That's who you're going to fight. You're fighting Lamont Peterson. You're not fighting Manny Pacquiao. Really? And y'all are okay with that. Y'all agree with that. Y'all believe that's okay to do. Y'all believe that was the right thing for Floyd to do, is just say, all right, well, WBA says I can't fight Pacquiao. Guess I'm fighting Lamont Peterson. Really? Y'all are full of shit. Okay, moving on with what this fucking dude says. Matter of fact, oh, good. That was the end. That was the end of that article. So let's go over the timeline. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. All right. In March of 2018, Hearn said, before we accept any offer from Wilder, we would need to see a contract, and stated that it was standard practice to send a contract with an offer. That's what Hearn said in March. So April 10th, he sent Wilder a $12.5 million flat fee, take it or leave it offer with 10 days to accept it and no contract. The very next month. Why? Because that's how it's done. You send an offer. When someone agrees to the offer, then you commit funds to it. You put finances behind it. You get the contract. You get all that shit created, and you send it to the person for scrutiny and signatures. That's common sense. Business 101. I'm not going to say, hey, do you want to take this $12.5 million? Here's a contract. So that means I'm going to pay all these lawyers, and I'm going to pay all this shit to get done. Not knowing whether or not you want the $12.5 million for the fight? You're fucking stupid. Nobody does. It's never happened. Even in this negotiations, it didn't happen. Cool. So that was April 10th that Hearn sent that $12.5 million flat fee, take it or leave it offer with no contract and 10 days to agree, or they were moving on to Povetkin. That was April 10th. All right. April 12th, AJ says, give me $50 million and I swear I'll sign this fight tomorrow. April 17th, Hearn states that he will be willing to go to the U.S. to meet with Wilder. April 18th, Hearn rescheduled the April 19th meeting for the following Thursday of April 26th. So everybody's saying that they canceled 2 meetings. Bullshit. Hearn canceled the first one because he had a scheduling conflict. He said he had a scheduling conflict. It's on video. He had a scheduling conflict, so he had to postpone this one to the following week. And no one batted an eye. It was like, all right, cool. Following week, we'll meet up. No one cared. All right, but so the following week, on April 25th, Wilder made a $50 million counteroffer and said to agree to take it in 24 hours, which is tomorrow. Because Wilder didn't say 24 hours. He said his exact words were, please accept this fight by tomorrow. We just know tomorrow is 24 hours. We just know that because that's what tomorrow means. But whatever. But he never said 24 hours. He never said, you have 24 hours to accept this as an ultimatum. No, he just said, can you accept it in 24 hours so we can move the fuck on? He didn't say accept it in 24 hours or it's off the table. Because I just told you, and I can give you articles where on June 12th, Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder said the offer is still on the table. They offered him $50 million on April 12th. On June 12th, a month later, more than 24 hours, well more than 24 hours, they said the offer is still on the table. Okay, right? On April 26th, Hearn said, show me proof of funds. Now, this is funny because, Hearn came back in May, but actually, you know what? Let me just stick in line. So, April 27th, Finkel canceled the meeting and stated that there would be no point in meeting unless you accepted the $50 million offer you asked for. Common sense. What are we meeting about if it isn't the $50 million? This is what you asked for. I got it for you. Let's meet. You say, no, but let's still meet. We'll meet for what? You didn't agree to take the $50 million you asked for. What are we meeting for? What are we meeting for? Discuss what? Talk about what? Tell me, name any Fortune 500 company on the planet. Any company. And I work for one. And we don't do that shit. Name any Fortune 500 company on the planet where you can say, here's my offer. Do you accept it? And then at the business table, they say, no, I don't. I'm interested, but no, I don't. But give me a contract. Let me say, what? Give you a contract? You a contract for what? This is what you said you wanted. You want this. You told me you want this. I didn't tell you. You told me you want this. I got it for you. So do you want it or not? As if you don't want it, then we have nothing to talk about. What do you mean you're interested in it? Moving on. All right. Anyways, so again, April 10th, they sent a $12.5 million flat fee, take it or leave it offer, and gave him 10 days to agree or they were moving on. April 12th, AJ said, give me $50 million and I swear I'll sign tomorrow. April 17th, Hearn states that he's going to the U.S. to meet with Wilder. April 18th, Hearn reschedules his April 19th meeting because he had scheduling issues. And he rescheduled it for the following Thursday, which was the 26th. Well, on the 25th, Wilder made a $50 million counter offer and said, please agree to accept this offer by tomorrow. On the 26th, Hearn said, show me proof of funds. On April 27th, Finkel canceled the meeting and stated that there would be no point in meeting unless you accepted the $50 million you asked for. On the April 28th, Finkel said, accept the $50 million and we will send you a contract. In the beginning of May, Finkel provided a term sheet which contained the bulleted information of the $50 million, the proof of funds, in the beginning of May. May 10th, Hearn stated he didn't even ask for proof of funds and that he's in talks regularly with Wilder. That's what he said. And he said it in Blue Blood. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. He said it in Blue Blood Sports TV's interview of this dude. This is you can look at the video, and Hearn is telling you this. Hearn is saying we've never asked for proof of funds, but we're in talks with them regularly. So all these fucking weird ass UK channels, Hatman and Shitman and fucking Sporting Dickcons and all these other pussies over there talking about, oh, Hearn never said he didn't ask for 50 million. Go watch the video. Go watch Blue Blood Sports TV's interview with Eddie Hearn and tell me that he didn't say we never asked for proof of funds. Because that's exactly what he said. Those words verbatim. Moving on. May 29th, Hearn sets a 2-week deadline to wrap up the AJ Wilder negotiations and switch to Povetkin if Wilder refuses to travel to the UK. So 2 weeks from the 29th is June 12th. Right? But that Wilder never said he wouldn't go to the UK. He never said that. Never. He just made them a better offer to fight in the US. He never one time said he wouldn't go to the UK. But that was a narrative that they was trying to spin then to say Wilder was ducking Joshua, a fight in the UK for fucking $12 million. A $12.5 million deal to fight in the UK versus a $50 million plus 50% to fight in the US. A place where they were trying to fight anyway. They tried to fight. They was scheduled to fight Vladimir Klitschko there last year in the rematch. And then when the rematch didn't happen, they were talking about fighting Wilder there. That was Barry Hearn was saying that in November 2017. They were going to fight in Vegas. Barry Hearn was saying they can do bigger business in Vegas. That's his words. There's an article for that too. I can post all these fucking articles. This isn't my words. But anyways. So in the beginning of June, Hearn offered a counter offer, which is ridiculous. So he offered a counter offer to the $50 million. He counter offered for a lower deal. You counter offer for a better deal. You don't counter offer for a lower deal. But he counter offered the $50 million for $15 million in the beginning of June. On June 10th, Wilder accepted that and said send the contract on June 11th, which was a Monday. June 12th, Hearn said they will have the contract to Wilder by June 15th.